Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of School Matters, our little podcast here we do to try to let everybody know all the great things going on in the Dearborn Public Schools. Thank you for taking some time to join us today. I'm David Mustonen, Director of Communications for the Dearborn Public Schools. Today, great topic, communications. I think we should know something, a little something about that, I hope. Been doing this job for a little while, so hopefully we can share a little bit about what we do here. And of course, nothing happens here in our district alone. We work as a team, and in the communications office, we have a great team of people here. Our video guys, Eric and Jacob, and Joanna, who works in the office, and Carol in the graphics lab, and of course, the person who I rely on quite a bit in helping to get all of that information out, Katie Hetrick, our communications assistant. Katie, thank you for joining us.
I'm here.
You are here. So before we get going, Katie, why don't you share a little bit about your background, where you worked before you came here and worked here in Dearborn, a little bit about your awesome journalistic background that you have.
My degree is in print journalism, so I worked at a number of small papers for more than a decade, including the Press and Guide for a while, which is how you and I first met. I covered a couple of school districts in the area and then kind of settled in on Dearborn schools because I, at the time, lived 4 blocks from here and had kids in the district. I still live in the district, just not 4 blocks away. Eventually, I went to work for the city of Dearborn for a little while, doing a job much like I do here, helping with press releases and events and things like that in their Department of Public Information. And then 4 or 5 years ago, I took the leap and came over here.
A good leap. I'm glad you took that leap, Katie. I appreciate all that you do here, and you do a phenomenal job. So today, I thought we'd talk a little bit about all of those communication efforts that we go on, that not so much to talk about them to say what a great job we do. I want to talk about it so that we can let our parents and our community know all the different resources that are available to them to find out about what's going on in the district. Let's face it, it's a big district.
It is.
Lots of things going on, and we want to make sure that we're getting that information out to everybody, our parents, our community, couple different audiences there. I always say, a long time ago, when I started here, you would do a press release, send it out, and people would, read it in the paper and they'd know what's going on. But we all kind of have our own way of getting information, whether it be on a website or maybe it's a blog or maybe it's through social media or whatever. So it is a little bit more of a challenge.
Yes. People are kind of compartmentalized like they didn't used to be. You probably used to fax the press releases too. And now, why would you do that? So I think communications in a school district really starts kind of one-on-one, because parents are our biggest communication recipients, I guess. And most of that's going to come directly either from the teacher, like here's what's going on this week. Probably emails. Back in the day, you would have subscribed to a teacher blog, but with the whole pandemic and online learning, really it's become even more direct than that. It's right in your inbox. Here's what's going on. Hopefully you're reading those or at least glancing through them to see what's going on. The next step for that would be at the school level. So schools also will communicate directly, but I encourage anyone to subscribe to the school blogs, because that's where you're going to hear what's going on with the PTAs and if there's special activities, if there's a spirit week this week, and all those little things that make school fun. That's also where principals will post letters if there's an incident at school or something they want parents to know about. The joy of the school blogs is anyone can subscribe. So we email parents directly, but a lot of times they're step parents, grandparents, neighbors, aunts, uncles. A lot of our children, our students, are being raised by community. And they may not be on our email list as official contacts, but they can still check out the blogs and see what's going on in school and decide, do we want to go to book bingo tonight or Fall Fest or, it's Spirit Week. Let's dig out Tigers or U of M or Michigan State or whatever shirt you want to wear for Spirit Week. Not picking sides. So it's really nice to have that kind of contact, and it kind of gives you a better feel for the school. It also a lot of times provides resources if you have a concern. How do you reach your teacher? Well, right here's their email. You can email them back and say, hey, we missed our homework, or we're having problems with this. Can we meet sometime? So all of those are very good tools, because again, our parents are the people we most need to communicate with. And most of that comes directly from the schools or classrooms.
And as you mentioned, you're a parent yourself here in the district. Two left in the schools,
Yes.
but a total of 4 that have made their way through,
Yep.
that will make their way through.
2 graduates, a senior, and an elementary student.
Okay.
Yes.
So you've experienced this at all levels.
Yes.
And so your advice here and what you're saying is not just from the communication aspect, but from a parent level.
Yes. I've had kids in the district since 2006. So I've been there, and I have been in more PTAs than I'd like to admit, and an officer in more PTAs than I'd like to admit. So I'll also plug that. If we're talking communications, join a parent group, volunteer at school sometimes. If you really want to know what's going on, not only is that important for you to know what's going on in your school, it's important for your child to see. Because there are study after study that show parents who are involved in their kids' school, their kids do better. Forget socioeconomic, income level, parents' education level. If you make school a priority for you, it shows to them, and it really can help them make that difference.
That's a great point, Katie, and especially at that middle school and high school level. We see a lot of it at the elementary, and then it kind of wanes off and fades away. So that's a great point. If you want to stay connected and get that communication, get involved in the school, especially at that middle school and high school level. Don't let it fade away once your kid moves out of elementary. Great point.
And the irony is the kids at that age don't want to tell you what's going on. How was your day? Fine. What'd you do? Stuff. Very helpful. Thank you.
So there's the first thing right there is the blog. Stay connected to the school. Start your communication at the school level directly with the teacher, the principal.
Yes.
That's where the information is at, and stay connected that way. That's always good information to have, and hopefully that's a good flow of information going both ways, from the parent and the teacher, back and forth.
Yes.
All right, so that's kind of on that school level, and we understand that that's probably for parents their most important.
Yes.
Where they're going to go first is to that school level. They want to know what's going on in their kid's school. And if you have multiple children, that might keep you busy right there, because you may have one at elementary, middle, and high school, and you're monitoring all kinds of blogs and all kinds of things.
Yes.
And so let's talk next about on the district level, because we also want to get information out to our community, and we want our community to be informed about what's going on in our schools, because let's face it, our schools are an integral part of the community. They're not. We don't operate in a vacuum. We are all together in this, and so much what happens in the community happens in the schools, and vice versa. So where do we start with if I'm a community member, if I'm a parent member? Where would be the best place for me to start to get that information about our district?
I'm going to give you a 2-part answer.
Okay.
Dearbornschools.org is the main website.
Okay.
So, and it has all kinds of information, especially if you just want, what time does school start, or school lunches, or how do I apply for a job? That's a big one. All of that would be right there. If you're looking for something that's kind of newsy, breaking, like right now, then that would be firstbell.dearbornschools.org. That's where we post all of our news. So, if we have more information coming about school, we have a facility study going right now. If you want to partake in that, that's where you'd find out the links to do the surveys. Or if you want to figure out how we're spending our COVID money, that information is up there. Or, any kind of other news, like when we move a school board meeting, or all those sorts of things end up at the First Bell website.
So the First Bell, part of the Dearborn Public Schools website, accessible right through there. But once you get that link, First Bell is also something that you can sign up for, correct?
Yes, exactly. And we encourage people to do that. And then you'll get, whenever we post something new, you'll get an email right to your email box. We also put videos up there of like all the school board meetings. This will be a video that'll be on there at some point if you're going to find the podcasts or concerts going on in the school. All those kinds of things get posted there if you're looking to be more informed and more aware. I will say stuff gets posted on First Bell before it makes it to social media too. So if you really want the latest directly from the source, look at the school website or First Bell.
Great. And the school website even has it, and you mentioned something very important. It's not just about, parent information, but, if you're looking for a job in the Dearborn Public Schools,
Yes.
HR department, if you're a vendor a business owner and you want to do business with the district, you can contact with our business services office,
Yes.
and things like that. So, and there's a parent portal, there's a staff portal, there's a student portal on the website. So
Yes.
dearbornschools.org, place to go.
Yes. And those portals are handy because there's a lot of information on our website. And the portals are nice because we've tried to set them up to things, top priorities we think those groups would want. So like the parent portal has links to, Parent Connect. Where can you check your kids' grades? How can you enroll a student if you're going to move another student into the district? All those kinds of things are right there on Parent Connect or on the parent portal so you can find them easily.
Great. That's a nice way, because you're right. A district this size, that website gets huge, and
Yes.
there are literally thousands of pages in the website, and with all kinds of information. And so, trying to break it up into some categories makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
All right. So, of course, social media. That's where everybody gets the real truth, right? On social media, but it is part of our life. It is part of the communication tools that we use. And so where are the Dearborn Public Schools on social media?
So our main outlets are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We do have a small presence on TikTok, but we don't do as much with that. So those three are the big ones: the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
And then, of course, posting a lot of things on YouTube as well.
Oh, yes. I can't forget YouTube. Yeah. Sorry, I'm the written word lady. We have a whole video department. They have 2 people. So, yes, we do a lot on YouTube. If you want to find a school board meeting, what do they really say at the meeting? It's there. And we do have some nice video segments on there, too, explaining different programs in the district. You're looking for secondary options. We have a lot of options for high school students. There are videos for that kind of walk through all the different options. So, and a lot of people... Again, I'm more of a word person, but a lot of people prefer the videos or the voice, and so that's a great resource for those people.
And just to remind everybody, we do stream our school board meetings live on YouTube. We have a cable channel too. We have a presence on Comcast, cable channel 19, and on WOW as well. We used to be 15. I believe we're still on 15 on WOW. And so we stream our meetings there. We also put other programming up there, but we stream live on YouTube for our board meetings and other special events.
Yes.
We will also do live on the YouTube channel. And the social media content, obviously it's a great place. We can do a lot of reminders there, share information, but really we want to drive people to the first bell. We use that social media as a place where we can say, hey, we just posted an article about this. If you want all the details and all the facts, here's a link to get all the other information, right?
Yes, that's exactly correct. The best source of information is still the First Bell website. The social media is nice because sometimes we can answer questions. Some people use it like it's a phone and they think we're going to answer it 24/7 and where's my bus? Well, I can't help you with that at 6 a.m. I'm not in transportation, nor am I on Facebook. At 6 a.m. So, but it is a nice resource, and it is a place, people can have kind of a conversation, hopefully a civil conversation, and we can provide some more information, some more clarification for whatever they think they heard somewhere else.
And of course, our superintendent, very active on social media as well. Some of the platforms that he has his own blog, but he's also on all the platforms as well.
Yes, he is. And we often share information
back and forth. So you can follow Glenn Maleko, you can follow his blog, you can follow all of his social media. I know he's very active on Instagram. He interacts with the students quite a bit there. And so it's always, you follow both, you can click back and forth and get all of that great stuff. And finally, just to kind of give that whole body of information out there. We also still have a lot of local media. We have some local Dearborn media outlets, whether they be on social media or the more traditional print media. But then we have the greater Metro Detroit area with all the media outlets there, news and newspapers and TV stations and radio stations. We also have a presence there as well, correct?
Yes, we send them our press releases. And of course, we have good relationships with a lot of them. So they'll reach out to us when they have questions or clarifications, or they want to do a bigger piece on something we're dealing with at the moment.
So I guess, just in kind of wrapping up here and looking at all of this, it's a two-way. Communications is two-way all the time,
Yes.
and we're going to do everything we can to get as much out there as we
Right.
can, because we understand that people are on all different kinds of platforms, right?
Right.
I mean, it's not just one source anymore.
Right. You can't just send it to the local newspaper and people will find out. It's,
It's all over.
it's all
Yeah,
over.
it's all
Yeah.
over. And so we're working very hard to try to hit all those different mediums, all those different venues, so
Right.
that people can get the information they need. It's
Right.
important. And of course, we want people to share with us as well. Is what's a good way for folks to kind of get in touch with us if they want to, if they have a question, if they have a comment, email address.
Well, communications at dearbornschools.org. It goes right to our department. And then even if it's not a question for us, we'll make sure it gets to somebody that can answer it. And that is one that even if I'm on vacation or someone else, we make sure somebody checks at least daily. Pick up the phone. I know people just don't do that anymore, but you really can pick up the phone and call us. And again, we're a huge school district, so you might not get the right person immediately, but we will get you to the right person. And we will get your question answered, whether that's, can I enroll in this, or what about this, or are you having, issues at your particular school? We do ask parents that are having issues or students to start with the teacher and then the building before you bring it to administration, because those are the people that can best answer and deal with what's going on. And, so it's kind of fair to start there first. And then if you feel like you're not getting what you need, then by all means take it to the next level. But please start there first.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Very important. Start at that school level. They know the situation best. Start with the teacher, the principal, and that's where solutions really can get solved, or problems
Right.
can get solved, and solutions can be determined a lot quicker there.
Yes.
And then, if needed, come up. You can make your way up that chain. But of course, just those general kinds of things. Please, yeah, contact our office, call,
Yes.
email. We're here. We wanna communicate. We want to
Right.
share the information, and we want to get as much out there as we
Right.
can.
Especially district level questions. If
Yeah.
you're asking about something going in a particular school, when is book fair? Call the school. And that's
Yeah,
not to
call
be
school.
rude. We just have 36 schools and 37 buildings. Our office doesn't necessarily know every single thing going in every school. So
Correct. Exactly. We've had those questions too.
we have.
Well, Katie, thanks for stopping in and taking some time to talk here on today. I think this is some good information to get out there. I mean,
Yes.
like I said, we're a big district. We want people to communicate with us. We want that information to get out there. We
Yes.
want people to know where to get it,
Yes.
and find out about that. So thanks.
No problem.
All righty. And I want to thank everybody here who stopped in to listen to us for a few minutes. I appreciate that very much. We appreciate it very much. There's a lot going on in the Dearborn Public Schools, and we want to make sure that we are sharing all those great things with you. And this is just one avenue that we do that right here on this podcast called School Matters.